Today we are going to see how to publish and subscribe the message from Kafka topic using REST APIs. We are going to develop two APIs, one for publish the data into a Kafka topic and another API is to publish and subscribe the message from Kafka topic. So I created the Kafka topic as a product topic. So let's look into the code. We need to add few property details into a configuration file. So in our application.property, so this is a server.port. I just default I added 8080 and we need to add few Kafka uh, related property details. So Kafka bootstrap server details we are supposed to add, which is a localhost 9092, and also I added key serializer details, which is string serializer, and also I added the Kafka value serializer, which is JSON's serializer, and Kafka consumer group ID, which can be unique. You can add it anything you want, and also Kafka topic, which is product topic. So from this topic, we are going to consume and we are going to publish the messages into a topic. Also, I added Kafka consumer auto offset reset value as earliest. So let's see how to publish a message into a Kafka topic. Let's look into a controller. So this is one of my simple REST API to publish the user info details into a Kafka topic. So our goal is to publish a simple user info message into a producer topic. So to do that, we need to first we are going to get the message from our post API. So, but we have to before that we have to create the configuration details. So first we need to create the Kafka template. So we need to create the object of Kafka template. So here, if you look into the Kafka template, we are using this Kafka template to send the message into a topic. This Kafka template has a send method which takes two argument. First is Kafka topic name, which is product topic, and which message you want to publish into this topic. So we are going to publish user info object details. So our user info object has few details like first name, ID, username, phone number, and email ID. So this user info message we are going to publish into a Kafka topic. The con the configurations are simple. So we need to create a object of Kafka template. So Kafka template, but we need to set a few more details to this template. So if if you see, I used the auto-wide annotation. For this Kafka template, I added few more configuration in the config file. If you look into the producer config, I am here. I created a bean of Kafka template. So Kafka template is equal to new of Kafka template, but here I'm calling this producer factory method and setting few properties. Here also I'm setting bootstrap server config details and key serializer config details, which is string serializer, and value serializer class config is uh, JSON serialization class. And this property details I am setting into a Kafka template. So if you see producer controller and just so when I use AutoWire, so Kafka template will get all the producer configuration details, and I'm using Kafka template dot send and I'm sending this message. Let's look into the Postman. I'm going to publish a sample message. Let's click on send. So I'm just publishing you few in some random message to the topic. So it's 200 successful anyway. I'm just sending, I'm not uh, returning anything once we publish. So that's why we are not able to see the message. But let's look into the consumer API. So in this API, we are going to consume the message from the Kafka topic. So let's look into the consumer API. So this API is like API slash messages. So when you call this API, we are just going to the service implementation layer. Here, what we are doing is we are creating the object of Kafka consumer. So Kafka consumer equals to new of Kafka consumer, but for this Kafka consumer, we need some consumer property details from where it's supposed to consume and all. So for that, we are just added the property details here. I created the object of properties, and then we are setting the bootstrap server config details, and also we are just setting the key deserializer class config and also value deserializer class config details, and group ID we are setting, and also we are setting auto offset reset config details. Then these property details we are adding into the consumer object, and then this consumer Kafka consumer object is going to subscribe to the product topic. Once it is subscribed to the product topic, it is eligible to get the message from product topic which is available in the product topic. So here, we are using consumer dot poll. We are just reading the message from Kafka topic for 10 seconds and storing into a consumer records. So consumer records which takes to key and value phase. Then we are in consumer records. So we have the details and our consumer dot seek beginning from consumer dot assignment. So seek will, as I mentioned in the comment, seek to beginning of the topic to ensure will consume all the messages. So actually here in this step, it is going to consume all the messages from the Kafka topic. And now we will be having the all the records in the consumer records. So we are going to read one by one using for each loop, and then we are deserializing the records into a user info object using object mapper using object mapper dot read value. So this read record dot read value we are just converting into a user info object. So once the record value gets converted into a user info object, we are just adding this each and every user info object into a list of response, which is list of user info response. Once our loops gets completed, we are returning this list of user info details response back to the controller. And in finally block, I'm just looking into this consumer object is not null, means I'm just going to close the connection. Let's go to the consumer class, and If you see, I'm just returning this user information, list of user information, and I'm returning in the response with a HTTP status. Okay, let's look into the Postman. And yeah, if you see, we got all the messages. We got all the messages from the topic. And one more way to consume the message is by using @listener annotation. Let me show that. In the service implementation layer, so in our Kafka service implementation layer, I also created one more logic. If you see, we have a Kafka listener annotation. This is how we are going to use this. So this Kafka listener, we as annotation we added the product topic. So it is this Kafka configuration which is going to read the message from this product topic, and the group ID is some unique group ID, and it is if whenever you publish any message into the product topic, it is going to read the message instantly from the product topic, and it will get the string message, and I'm just printing it whenever I'm listening it, I'm publishing it. I'm just printing it. For this, no trigger is required. If our application up and running, it is always going to consume the message from product topic. So for that, I added receive one print statement, received message using Kafka listener, and this message I'm added. But if you want to listen message in this way, you have to create the bean of Kafka consumer. In this flow, you created a manual configuration, but if you want to consume the message in this way, you have to create a bean. Let me show that. So the Kafka consumer config. So this is a configuration class. Here, if you see that I created an object bean of Kafka consumer. So this config consumer, when our application is up, once it is up and running, so it is initially it is going to create the bean of Kafka consumer. So here I'm setting some few property details. Initially I'm setting the Bootstrap server config details, group ID, and key deserializer config class config, and value deserializer class config. And then I am returning these properties into a Kafka consumer, and from this Kafka consumer object is going to be subscribed to the topic, which is we mentioned in the application.property file, which is product topic. So our Kafka consumer bean is always available once our application is get started. So in service layer, so this for this implementation, whenever you publish any of the message to this particular Kafka topic, this Kafka topic also it's always going to listen if you use this kind of implementation. Because now Kafka consumer, you got all the property details, and you here we mentioned the product topic name and group ID. So let me show you. I'm going to publish one message, and you will see this message will be available in the console. Let me publish one message, and if I see the console, we got this message. Instantly, this message was listened from the product topic, and I got this message and I'm just printing it. Let me show you with different values. I'm just going to add it as 5 here you here you if you see the message, I change it to 55555 as a phone number. We received one more message. These are the two ways, guys, like we can implement the logic. You can consume the message from the topic using Kafka listener, or you can, if you want to consume the message when you make a trigger to the topic, that time if you want to consume, like this is one of the way. It is, it's like how you are going to consume, it's up to the use case. So this kind of implementation when we are going to use is if somebody like from different team is going to publish the data to this particular topic, and like another team implemented the Kafka listener, they are just always consuming the message, and again they are sending this data to some other APIs. Again they are going to consume this message and they are again sending to some other APIs, or they want to consume and insert into some database. These kind of scenarios, we can go with this kind of implementation with a @Kafka listener. Thank you for watching.